Welcome to hole number one of the Rocky Mountain tournament here on the Lake Wabasca course. I think in all circumstances, we're going to try to be getting this ball through the trees. You can certainly play it down to the left. You're going to have a longer shot to the green. Absolutely acceptable, but I don't really think there's going to be any problem bringing the right ball or even a level one big topper here, even if you have to use a power 5 to get this one just nicely through the trees here, bouncing it between these bunkers. Obviously, there is some risk here, but getting it out, I think this is going to be what we're going to be doing each and every time. Second shot is a very clean and simple little end bringer that, I think is going to be the way that's going to be working out. I understand we could definitely play to the left, then we're going to have basically a short iron shot. So, it all depends. I want to try to be a little bit aggressive, and I think this is the way that we can play it. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring it in here, and I do think that anytime I can put myself in a wedge position, it's going to be a safe bet. It all depends, and brand new course. We're going to be discovering and learning and playing this thing together. I'm looking forward to it. I love the design. I love the drops. Hole number 2 is our first par 3, and I just think this is an incredible hole. It's very challenging as well. There is an option to bounce it over here, but it is very difficult to get this ball to stick on the green. That's why even in this poor wind condition, I'm willing to traverse the new ball sorting system, for better or for worse, for a power 0 ball here to give myself a little bit of room to work with. So I'm going with the rough bump here, and my final note on my document here is 3.5 back, 0.5 left spin, 10% minimum distance here, played with a quarterback and a marlin ball. Now, I know not everybody wants to play a rough bump, and I just think that if you're going to try to win this tournament, that you're going to have to try to make this shot because it is so close getting in already. Okay, so hole number 3, this par 5, I think we've really given ourselves a nice chance for a drop here. I ran this ball over the end of the fairway more times than I care to admit. The most amount of topspin here, and with a strong tailwind here, is 3 bars of topspin. I would dial this back to 2 bars, absolutely. And I'm also using all of the left, yes, 2 bars of left spin here with this Titan ball. Red ring on the left edge, 10% max on the pole. Hit that ball perfect, and you're going to set yourself up for a lovely short iron third shot. Speaking of lovely, look at the beautiful flowers, the trees, the variety here. But look at this here. Don't go too much more, okay? You put yourself in trouble. So second shot, then 20% medium or mid distance is what I'm looking to play here with my thorn. So with a wind of 3.9 there, well, I missed it, but we're going to give it a little ring pull. 1 bar of backspin is what I've been working at for this shot. It's going to depend on the wind conditions in the tournament, of course. But as you can see, I'm just roughly checking. We are just about, in fact, at mid there. So 15, checking our adjustment, making sure we're ready to go here. And yeah, I think this is going to be one that a lot of players are going to be able to get the drop here. Now, in the headwind, I don't know exactly how she's going to play. We may end up, in a little more challenging position, but end of the day here, this one does not drop, but oh, so close. I want to keep this real for the tournament, baby. We'll see you on number 4. All right, so second par 3. I'm not 100% convinced on this rough bump. There's kind of a top part of the rough and a bottom part of the rough. I find the bottom part where I'm landing now to be more consistent because of the strong headwind here. I do elect to play with a Kingmaker ball. I have it recommended, but of course you can play whatever you want. I'm not using any side spin really, just went for the wind effect there. 0.5 bars of topspin into the headwind here, and I got that ball guide through the hole. Blue ring kind of encircling the landing zone there in the rough, but again, I'm not 100% convinced. I haven't played these holes 50 times each, and I'm just trying to work out the lines that I think I can get the absolute closest to the pin with the highest likelihood for the drop. So at the back there, landing intentionally, and rolls in beautiful speed here. Needed a little bit more, but I think we're going to find this one when it counts. All right, hole number 5, I would classify this hole as a very difficult par 4. Trying to find my way through the menu systems to a katana ball. We have arrived at the destination, and that's the one we're going to put into play here. Now, right-hand side has seemed to have been more consistent for me. I play 2 top, 3 bars of right spin here. Just going to put this one down the middle. Depending on the wind, of course, depends on that top spin particularly. You don't want to go too much here in tailwind. You could definitely roll out the end of this fairway, but this one is the kind of shot that we can all pull off. I do push this one up into the trees instead of pulling because, of course, camera angles can be a thing that you need to pay attention to, right? So off we go here, up and down the middle. Oh, I just like that little bunker there on the left. You got to be careful. There's lots of little pitfalls and spots you can go wrong here, but otherwise this leaves us a clean look at the pin. Now, definitely there's a bit of rough trailing around there, but this sniper you're going to see does not have enough topspin. Now, if you've got a lower level sniper, you're going to come up short. Even in this beautiful wind, there's nothing we can do. So I go max backspin here and try to find a little landing spot for this second shot. Now, I do find that somewhere out here on the fairway looks to be a reasonable possibility given the decent wind conditions here. And I think this is a shot that a lot of people are going to end up trying to play. And I was actually surprised with how consistently close this one comes. That's why I'm including this here. And so we get this one up nicely. And you'll see just turn it in there. This could absolutely be the plan. All right, hole number 5, one more time. This one a little bit differently. You see, you've got that horizon in the bag. We do have a strong headwind here, so I actually up the top spin here. I up the top spin here, 4.5 top, 3 bars of right spin into the strongest headwind. If you only have like a 2 headwind, you might still want to just lay off on that spin. So something to play around with if need be. You see we're adjusting into overpower here. I don't really give it more than just the bottom of the ball touching the adjustment teeth there. Just trying to find a nice consistent roll out. So the idea with having the horizon in the bag is I'm actually going to show you that rough bump. Nice thing about the horizon, if you've got one, is it's got a little bit more power than a lower level sniper and a lot more topspin. It does have a low accuracy. You do want to hit perfect with this shot. Don't forget it. But actual topspin here, 6 top, 3 left, and you see now we've got a nice little line into the pin. I know it's pretty close to the bunker and it's a little bit close to the fairway. You could hit a little flyer here, but many players are going to be interested in a path like this, and I probably will be myself as well, depending on the wind. Of course, a strong headwind here. This par 4 is going to be a pain in the butt to get an eagle, but we're going to get it to drop. This is going to be the kind of shot that's going to separate you from the field and help bring home the banner. But just wanted to show you this other option because it really is something we can work with. Hole number 6. This one I would say is quite club dependent. I've got a quarterback here and a Zerk ball is what we're actually going to end up playing. The reason with that is to get the reach that we need. You see me here navigating, thinking about it. There it is. We got it. And I'm playing 4 back, 2 left with half a ball of left curl. Depending on the wind here is going to depend on the spin set entirely. The bottom line is this is a short little fairway, and I need to get the ball to the end of it without going over. Now, if you have a high level like EM9 and you've got a good tailwind, there's definitely a chance to just bounce on this fairway and carry all the way up to the second fairway. I did watch a few opponents do so, but if you've got an EM5 or 6 or even 7, you're not really going to have that as a realistic option because of the lack of top spin. So second shot then as well, this is a very long one, and that's why I have a Zerk to get there. Only an EM8, and it's still a very difficult way to get in through here. Ideally, having more reach on the second shot, you could play a Viper here, you could play the horizon here, you could even play a big dog here. These are all things that are definitely something that I would advocate working on and working through. End of the day, I've tried to make as many good shots as I possibly can, show you the path, show you the plays, get some drops, get some close ones, and we get warmed up and get ready for a brand new course, a brand new tournament. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's a little ways out, but we're going to work on it together. All right, hole number 7 is the final par 3, and as you can see, there's not a lot to it here. This one, you're just bouncing the ball up a hill. Now, I've been finding that 30% max distance has been the amount of adjustments that's been getting me the closest. However, this hole is not as simple as it seems. I have certainly had a little bit of inconsistency still. Now, depending on the wind angle is going to depend on how much spin we might use. But as you can see, it could have even used a tiny bit more there. We're going to be playing with this one a long time. Hole number 8, this par 4, I find that threading the needle between these trees is absolutely giving me the best second shot. Max top with the big topper, and I'm using a power 5 ball. It's going to depend on how much distance you have, but I want to be able to get the best possible outcome here. Now, this one, I do just play it at 10% max. You're going to see that this ball is ever so close to the right fairway. We may actually need to apply a little bit of left spin here just to help kick this one left ever so slightly. But because the fine margins, you see the tree in the way here, and then just trickling along the edge there. So either way, we're getting a nice roll out, and this gives me a really good look for the second shot. And it actually gives me this nice long iron. Now, you could bounce back here or put some backspin on it if you'd like, roughly in minimum distance, as you can see. But I find how that rough sticks out a little bit, and knowing that the Goliath doesn't need as many rings to adjust, I go for a rough bump. 6 top, 2 right, 10% min is what I've been working with here, and the landing position seems to be reasonably consistent. If you have a lower level Goliath, you will not have as nice of a ball guide. It is just going to depend on what you've got to work with. Is going to be how you're going to want to play this shot. You might have a Grim Reaper, and you want to just backspin it in. I mean, do your thing. Don't let me stop you. This is just one playthrough, one little guide to get you thinking, get you going in the right direction, and see if we can't get a few to drop. Hole number 9. This is our last chance to shine. I'm bringing the big topper here and the Goliath once again. I'm just playing this one straight ahead. Maximum top spin here. Now, we are playing it into the headwind. You do need to estimate the amount of overpower that you will need in rings to get this one cleanly over. Spoiler alert, I didn't get it cleanly over, but spoiler alert again, the second shot is really still quite nice. Depending on the length of your drive, and going to depend on how you're going to want to play that second shot. I needed a little bit more to get this one over here. You know, sometimes when you estimate, it just falls short ever so slightly, but that doesn't mean it puts me out of the game by any means, and I think that's important to work it through. So this shot here, as you can see, beautiful little rough bump. Now, this might be something that interests you, and you might not have thought of it. So I play this one at 10% mid distance here. Now, I think I'm going to bounce it. I am not. Red ring just tipping into the bunker. I've got 5 top, 0.5 bars of left spin here, and I really like the way this one comes in, and I know you're going to as well. I'm looking forward to this one. I was born in the Rocky Mountains, a little small town called Invermere in British Columbia. Beautiful place. Check it out. I certainly don't live there now, so don't come there to stalk me because I'm far away. But I'm looking forward to seeing you out on the course and in the live streams for this Rocky Mountain tournament. Loving it. Loving watching this one. Get in the hole. Good luck.